Welcome into another episode of the Player's Perspective Uncensored. Quick hitters. Got my co-host Leroy Nobles, Alhaji Muhammad. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
Yeah, we back in the building, man. So today we're gonna, do some quick hitters. We're gonna talk about the Olympic gold medal, what it did for KD's legacy. We're gonna talk about free agency a little bit. We're gonna talk about some of the moves that helped some teams, the teams that didn't help themselves. And we're going to talk about Isaiah Thomas putting up some spectacular numbers in Summer League a little bit. So we're going to do some quick hitters on each one of those topics, and we're going to keep it moving. But first, let's start off with the Olympic gold medal. What did it do for KD's legacy? Did it cement him as the best player in the game, or did it not really do anything to really benefit his legacy? Talk to me about what that did for KD. Start with you, Leroy.
I feel like it didn't really do a lot just because, you're not going against NBA players every day. You know what I mean? The whole Olympics, you're not going against, the same caliber players as you would in the NBA setting every time. But I think it's a great achievement and a great accomplishment for him to achieve it. But I don't think it holds him down or weighs him up as far as his legacy.
Mo?
Man, it did a lot for his legacy. I don't care what nobody say, because you got to think, because if he would have lost, they would have killed him. If he would have lost, people would have been all over him.
I think he definitely had more to lose than the game.
It showed that he can win without a big superstar. Like LeBron was there, they would have been expected to win. If he lost, they would have been all over him. So he did what he needed to do. He was first in scoring all time.
Now he carried him. Now we ain't debating that. He carried him.
I'm saying
I was
he's
surprised
number one in all categories.
Yeah,
no, man. It did some things for his legacy, man.
I think he
a lot
just
of
wanted
people
to play.
already hard. He loved the game. He loved
Big lead. The question was the Olympic gold medal for Kevin Durant. Did it do anything to help his legacy, or is it already cemented? Or did it not really do anything for his legacy?
I don't think it moved the needle at all, because the Olympics in general is a lose-lose for the players. Like, I mean, it's like if they win, they was expected to win. If they lose, you get killed. Like, right. There's no win in it for the players that play for the United States. You know what I mean? Because it's already expected. Yeah, he did his part and stuff, but we have a immense amount of talent over everybody else. We are literally supposed to win. So I don't think it did much. I mean, if that's the case, then Carmelo will be regarded higher, because he was the best player on the team several times. Was he the best player in the world? No. But he was the best player on the Olympic team. So
he was the leading scorer. I ain't gonna say he was the best player, but he was the leading scorer, though.
I don't want to say he was the best player, but he was the leading scorer. Like, he would carry them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he was pretty much the go-to guy. He was getting the buckets. You know what I mean? He was the KD at that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you saying it didn't move the needle, but if he lose, it moves the needle.
Damn.
If he lose, it moves the needle. It can't be like that.
It can be like that, Mo, because you're expected to win. That's exactly how it is. Like, if you got 10 guys that not 9 NBA All-Stars on the team, and the other team has one, you're expected to win. It don't increase you if you win, but if you lose to them,
when they lost their first two preseason games, and we was all having our talk, did y'all expect them to win, or y'all was like, we in trouble?
Of course, I expected them to win. I just counted them out. I feel like those preseason guys don't care. It don't count for nothing. Like, they try and get in shape, or some people's playing for different stuff. They working on moves, working on this and that. But
I expect the USA to win every time there's an Olympics. But I was concerned, though. I was concerned.
Did y'all read Magic Johnson quote?
No, I did not. What did he say?
What did he say?
Team USA cannot win. They need LeBron James to win.
It's Magic, though. He's going to say what he say to pump his Laker guy up.
Right.
I felt like that's what he was saying. I don't think Magic kind of be all over the place sometimes. So
Magic also, that Lonzo Ball's jersey would be in the Raptors.
There you go.
He don't play. He's no longer a Laker. You know what I mean? So there goes Magic's credibility.
All right. Speaking of that, let's go ahead, transition to the next topic. Everybody's talking about, we're talking about free agency a little bit, and, let's talk about the Lakers. Everybody's talking about these acquisitions that the Lakers got. Russell Westbrook is the big headline, of course, but they got Trevor Ariza, they got Kent Bazemore and some other guys, but everybody's talking about their age and how it's not really going to set well in a long season. So what's you guys' opinion on that? Start with you, Little Lee.
I think it's gonna be cool because you got a lot of star players, so therefore, them games that you might need a bucket here and there, you can rest some guys. You got 5 or 6 all-stars on the team. Maybe 4. I ain't gonna say 5 or 6. I'll take that back. But 5 all-stars on the team, so you can get past in those games. People tired coming off those back-to-backs. You can rest a couple guys, and I think this is what's really gonna help them. But they are old. But I think it's with Westbrook pushing the pace and stuff. They're gonna speed it up, and I think it's gonna be good for them.
Mo?
Like Lil Lee said, I think it's less practice. They won't have to practice as much because they are older. Like LeBron spent $1 million on his body. So people talking about their age, I just think that they will they would do a lot of sitting out games. Guys will sit out games that they don't need to play. And then they just, a lot of body management. They will be fine. I think they will be fine.
Big Lee?
I think that, to piggyback off what LeBron said, I think that they'll kind of load manage with some guys. But then again, like they talk about Russ's injury previously, but Russ is not going to have to be as ball dominant, have to do as much. He won't be required as much work this year, so he'll be less likely to get hurt. AD, he just had his string. He's younger than everybody. He just has a history of injuries. And they talk about LeBron has missed, at least 20 games last 2 seasons. Season before last, I give you that. That's just something that happens on wear and tour. But this season, that's an accident. You can't say when you're going to step on a guy's ankle or whatnot or how it happened. So that was just a freak accident. That's nothing. I think LeBron's pretty much Teflon. He'll be fine. And then I think the acquisition of the White House huge. I think that was huge.
I
know
agree.
what I mean?
I'm mad they lost him last year. I don't understand how they let him go for $2 million. We signed Jared Dudley back. I don't get that.
Right. Signed Jared
I
Dudley
don't
back.
understand that.
Yeah, but you got to think, LeBron just posted his social media and he was on vacation with his guys. It was his whole team of guys working out, and the one Laker that was there was Jared Dudley.
But I hear good things about Jared Dudley. They say he's an amazing teammate. So that goes a long way, a good locker room guy.
Yeah, but politically, that's how the NBA works. You give Marc Gasol this money, and then you should have kept Dwight and gave him a little more money because he's more valuable than Marc Gasol at this point in his career. He gave them more than Marc Gasol gave them all.
So let me ask you this. I think it's great that they acquire some of the talents. When they first started signing these guys, the first thing I thought was like, damn, dude's kind of old. But my main thing was like, who the hell gonna play defense? You got AD's at the rim. Russ. If Russ buys in, Russ can play defense if he wants to, but Russ don't play D. Bron don't really play D. Melo damn sure don't play no defense. Dwight gonna get in there, foul some people, protect the rim. Kent Bazemore get in there and try, but like, we talking about these names, but like at the same time, like, it's an up and down transition game too. You got to play some defense, and with this spread out offense, dog, you got to play some defense, man.
Trevor try to pride himself on D, and then you got Taylor still 20 years old, so they're gonna put probably a lot on him. They still got some guys probably that can come in and
Who's gonna be the starting 5 though? What you think? Who you think is gonna be the starting 5?
I do like the acquisition of Kendrick Nunn. I think that's big. I like Kendrick Nunn.
He can play off at bench.
I think that's a big pickup.
I think he'll be like at a Lou Will role. What you think? Like they give him that scoring punch?
Yeah, I think that second unit's gonna be Russ and Melo though. That's gonna be the big
second
guys
unit.
on the
Russ
second
and Melo.
unit. Russ and Melo.
Kendrick
Nunn. No. Russ is gonna start, but like
he's
they
saying
take Bron out early,
and all that.
take AD out, come in with Melo, leave Russ in. Russ gonna play with a motor, out of control. Sometimes you just got to live with it.
Do you start Melo?
No.
I wouldn't start Melo.
Melo probably be like 7th, 8th man with Trevor Reason.
Fourth quarter, 3 minutes to go. Who you finishing with?
AD at the 5, Bron at the 4, Russ, and it just depends on who else is playing well that night, to be honest with you.
Right. That's where the other 2 spots is.
Whoever's knocking down shots, if it's Malik Monk, if it's Kendrick Bazemore, if it's Trevor Reason. Elton's
average 40% threes on
Wayne Ellington, yeah. I I think those two spots are variables. Whoever's knocking down shots is going to finish the game, and whoever.
I'm just happy that they got rid of KCP, man. I'm just so happy about that.
No. KCP was the KCP defended. I know it ain't your guy, but he defended. But
he's horrible though. You gotta be able to make a shot, man. You gotta make a shot. Today's game, you gotta make a shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Defenders are extinct. You don't see the defenders are extinct. Nobody's playing defense.
I'm with you on that, but he played well in the bubble though. He was a crucial part of that championship run.
Hey, quick debate before we go on to the next part of this free agency. You know, we was talking off air a little bit about top 10 players, and one of the players in the group, you know, we ain't gonna mention his name, was talking about, you know, AD wasn't a top 10 player. So what you guys buy on the AD top 10 player? I did last year, like, he slid out of the top 10. What you guys thoughts on that? Big Lee, start with you, Big Lee.
Okay.
Start with you, Big Lee.
No, I think that he's definitely top 10. I think it's a no-brainer. The man was just hurt. He ain't dead. The man still got talent. He just don't know how to take care of his body enough to where he can make it through a full season. But when it comes to talent, he's really top 5. He's really top 5, if I'm being. And
yeah, that's debatable.
I might have to lean.
That's debatable. What about you, Mo?
Top 10 in his position, not top 10 in the league, in my opinion.
You said top
position.
What?
Oh, don't be disrespectful.
Lil
Lee, come on, Lil Lee, you disrespectful.
He's your Chicago guy, man. You hating on your Chicago guy?
Come on.
Bro, I don't think Mo realized exactly what he said, bro.
I don't know either, but we ain't gonna let him.
I realize what I said.
Elaborate on that one, though. Lil Lee, what you think?
It changed every year.
Bro, you said
when they won the championship, he definitely.
Are y'all gonna let me go though? Are y'all gonna you guys gonna let me go?
Definitely was top 10.
Nah, I think AD's a lot. AD's a lot for a top 10 spot. He just like my brother said, he just had he couldn't stay healthy. You know what I mean? Playing through injuries, and then I'm sure he probably played through a lot of knickknacks and stuff like that. But with this offseason, I think he should use his time. I mean, he should get closer with LeBron as far as, see what he got going on as far as spending the money, what he's done, because he's a pioneer to not getting hurt. And, like on the past couple of years, freak injuries, who you step on someone's ankle every game, you know what I'm saying? But AD's a lot for the top 10.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me. I don't want to change my I don't want to change, but I'm asking. So was he top 10? Was he top 10 last year? That's what I'm saying. Each year it changes. Championship year for sure, he was top 10, top 5.
He was top 5.
Last year was he top 10? Was he top 10 last year?
He had a slow start to his season, but
I'm saying he was hurt, so he wasn't top 10. That's what I'm saying.
But you gotta look at the body of work though.
Mo, you wouldn't say top 10 in his position though. You ain't say out of the top 10.
I'm talking about last year. I'm just talking about last year. Yeah, last year.
You think last year he was hardly one of the best top 10 power forwards in the league? Mo, please dial it back. Please dial it back.
I think a big part of it was coming off a short off season, winning the championship.
Absolutely.
I think his body wasn't really prepared for it. I don't think, obviously, if you watch him play, if you know basketball, he didn't play up to his capabilities on a consistent basis. And I think that's the only thing that people really knock on his. Sometimes he just look like, man, he ain't bring it tonight. But then that next night, he'll come out and give you 42 and 20. And it's like, you can argue he's damn near the best player in the league at that point. But, it's just having that consistency with him. I think that's the only thing with him. But
I'm going to be like Kendrick Perkins. Perkins. Carry on.
But let's go. Like next year, let's say LD hypothetically is fully healthy. You got KD, Bron, and Greek. He can be in one of them next two spots. You can put him ahead of Kawhi if he's fully healthy. You can do that. You can put him ahead of Kawhi if he's fully healthy. I agree. And everybody has Kawhi in the top 5, highly regarded. And I personally would take a fully healthy AD over Kawhi. So it's just like, it just depends on who you would like, because he could definitely be in the next 2 spots. Those are top. But them first 3 are KD,
I don't know if I'm rolling with that one, bro. Healthy Kawhi and a healthy AD. I'm rolling AD, bro.
So you rolling AD or Kawhi?
No, I'm rolling healthy AD and a healthy Kawhi. I'm rolling healthy AD.
That's what I said, bro.
Oh, I thought you said you're taking Kawhi.
No,
okay.
That's exactly what I said. I said, but what I'm saying is, my point is, a lot of people solidify him top 5. No questions asked. And my thing is, if AD's healthy, that spot belongs to him. You see what I'm saying? That's my point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to knock somebody else out though, because Kawhi probably gonna be in that top 5 though.
Okay, but what I'm saying, but he's in your top 5, and you saying you'll take AD over him. That's my point.
I mean, it's hard. You got Bron, KD, Giannis.
And Greek. Those are the top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Them other 2 spots,
Kawhi and AD. I mean, you could argue Harden or Steph.
I'm about to say no Steph, no Harden. Wow.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can argue that. You can argue that.
Wow.
You can argue that.
Now.
Yeah,
like
Steph Curry.
Like the year Steph
Curry
had last year. I'm throwing Steph in there with the year that he had last year.
AD Steph.
I still like Harden.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Harden, no way. No way, shape, or form, man.
So next topic, man. Let's go on talking about free agent. Who were some of the biggest winners in the free agency market? Who do you all think made some of the best moves? Start with you, Mo. You got the Lakers. They got Russell Westbrook. You got,
of course, the Lakers. We all know that's who they're talking about. The Lakers.
Yeah, you got Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker. They went to Miami.
Miami made some. I like Miami. Miami made some great moves.
Yeah, okay. Kemba Walker went to the Knicks.
The sleeper though.
I like. I'm about to say the Bulls.
DeRozan.
Even though I'm from there, I like Chicago. I like what they did too. Because for years we didn't spend no money. Like we wouldn't spend no money. But I like what they doing.
I feel like
Chicago, Miami
at the best free agency pickups. I think they're gonna be way better than people anticipate. Zach Levine is a budding, so he's close to be a superstar status. The way he can score the ball, he's electrifying. He has all the tools to become a superstar. DeRozan's season.
They got Lonzo Ball too.
Lonzo Ball is
they're gonna be good. They're gonna be
good. Locked up. He's 6'7", and they got. I want to say Vucevic. I don't want to say his name wrong because it's Vucevic. I don't want to say his name wrong. But the guy that came from Orlando. But they have him too. So they got 4 bona fide guys that can put it in a hole and everything else. I mean, I think that they're going to be a big surprise in the East, like a huge surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You got them in the Final Four in the playoffs.
The Bulls.
Depending on what Philly do. It all depends on what Philly do because they're too dysfunctional. Their relationship with Ben is broken. If they get stuck with Ben, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. Right. He's not answering his call. They all threw that man under the bus viciously after the season. They're in a situation where it can't possibly work out. So it all depends on what they get back for him. He's not worth Dame or nothing like that. So I don't know how they feel like they're gonna work that out. But I think it all depends on what they got.
Obviously the Lakers. I'm trying to figure out though, is Philly gonna shop to Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons? I've been seeing little things about that. But Chicago definitely Miami with the PJ Tucker pickup. I think Milwaukee was a sleeper though. They got George Hill back in that backup point guard role. So they really didn't lose a lot. PJ Tucker, I don't think he doesn't score the ball at all. You can always get a defender. He doesn't, he brings a toughness to the team, a guy is going to ride with you in the trenches. But for the most part, I would say Miami, Milwaukee kind of stayed the same, Lakers, and Brooklyn. I take Brooklyn. They got Patty Mills. Brooklyn picked up Patty Mills. That was major. That was amazing. Huge so pickup. I definitely forgot about that. With New York, with Kemba going back home, and what has Boston done anything? I haven't heard anything about Boston. Had they did anything?
Nah, not really. I think they shot.
We can't.
Jaylen Brown.
We can't count Golden State out. They got Clay coming back. Iggy back. Iggy's back.
I forgot about Iggy back.
Don't count them out.
Right.
Don't count them out.
We don't know how Clay. We don't know if Clay is going to do a KD and how he's going to be when he recovers from that injury. But I got a question for you guys because this has came up a lot lately in sports. Would you guys do the Draymond for Ben Simmons? I personally wouldn't do it, but
no,
I Draymond. But a lot of people are saying they think they should trade Draymond for Ben Simmons, and I think it's a bad trade for him.
I won't do it.
Draymond bring out heart and toughness to the team, and Ben Simmons don't seem like he'd be. What Draymond does for the team is the intangibles and all, and Ben Simmons don't give you that.
Draymond better hope he don't get that. Draymond leave Steph and Clay. You might not hear from Draymond again.
It's his last deal. His last deal.
You hear from him saying something crazy in the media, but it definitely won't be for his game.
Most definitely.
So let me ask y'all this: who was the biggest losers? Who should have made moves but didn't make moves, or maybe gotten worse?
Blazers, basically, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it was the Blazers, because they were supposed to do everything they could to impress Dame to make him want to stay, and everything that Dame is saying in the media is pointing to he doesn't want to be there and he's not happy with the moves they made. Right. So, considering Dame's situation, I think you have to go with the Blazers.
I think New Orleans. They definitely shouldn't have let Lonzo Ball go.
New Orleans got worse.
Dallas
did definitely get worse.
I think Dallas has been on the cusp of doing great things the last couple of years. They just haven't really had anybody that could really play make or have big time games besides Luka. And to go back to what we were just talking about, if I was Dallas, I would trade for Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons will be a perfect fit with Dallas. With him, with Luka, and you surround them with shooters, I think that would be a great fit.
I ain't never looked at it like
Ben Simmons, if he could get to Dallas and play with Luka.
What do you think, though? Luka always plays with the ball, though. So how you think it will work, though? It seemed like Luka, he's not really a spot-up shooter or anything, so you can't kick it out to Ben Simmons. We know that.
So but you could get the ball out of his hands a little bit. Even, I think he sort of
give him another ball handler. I mean, it makes sense.
Y'all know who we didn't give credit to? The Knicks. The Knicks made some
moves,
too.
We said we picked up Kimba. He said LO said that.
Okay, I ain't hear that. I'm about to say, okay.
Did Kawhi sign back with the Clippers, though? Well, we haven't heard anything about them making any moves.
No.
They didn't got any big. They signed another small forward, didn't they? So they got like 4 or 5 guys all at the same position. I can't remember who the small forward they signed for.
He re-signed.
Who was the small forward, though, they signed? They signed another small forward free agent. I can't think of the name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I'm not
Brandon
sure.
Boston? Who you thinking?
Man, Brandon is, I know Boston, somebody else, though. It's free agents.
I ain't sure.
They got Justin Winslow.
That's who it was. Justice Winslow.
He point guard, though. He point guard, shooting guard type of thing.
Okay. That's a good pick. Okay.
I think to piggyback off of what LO said, New Orleans, because they said that Zion was so close to Lonzo, and then he was already talking about he wasn't happy with the Pelicans organization, and then y'all shipped Lonzo. Like, how does that make sense? Y'all trying to keep this man. He's not happy already, then y'all ship his right hand. I don't get it.
Didn't they fire Stan Van Gundy too? Did he lose his job in 1 year too?
Yeah, go. Yeah, it's terrible down there.
Yeah, and to go back to my point, man, especially with a guy like Porzingis, because Porzingis was a player on the outside, and just put Ben. If Ben would take like a Draymond role, because Ben's actually a good defender. Like, I've watched him play defense.
Right.
Like, he's strong. He's an all defensive type of player. But if he can just pick and roll and finish at the basket, he's already a good passer and roll and do the Draymond with Porzingis at the 5. Man, I think that would be a perfect fit for him. Where he can get it and go.
Confidence is like? Do you think his confidence is shot? Like,
yeah, I think he's mentally fragile. I think he needs an old school vet that can hold him accountable, but that'll also keep his confidence up. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna be on your ass, but I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you drop your head. I'm not gonna let you lose your confidence. Well, you playing with guys. He's playing with guys his age, and like, they don't give a damn. They just trying to look out for themselves, and they own him. But like, he needs an old school vet that's gonna like hold him accountable.
Trying to get to that next deal.
Man, come on, let's go, man. But it's gonna get on him, but keep it's gonna pet him on the butt at the same time.
Right.
What you think, Mo? Who was the biggest loser, or who didn't really make moves that they should have?
I mean, I agree with y'all. Like, the Pelicans, like you said, they didn't do anything. Cleveland never do anything.
What you think about Phoenix? What you think about Phoenix? You think Phoenix should have done something to reassure themselves, or you think they good with what they got?
I think they're good. They probably was like, we gonna roll with the team we had. They didn't want to make no changes. The chemistry was already there, and they just gonna roll with what they already had.
But at some point in reality too, if I'm a GM, I'm looking around. I don't fool myself either. Like, I know there was a lot of injuries that played a part in the run
for sure
too. So everybody coming back fully healthy, it's gonna be tough to repeat what we did. Like for me, like I think they need another big. I think that was the difference in the series, honestly. I think Milwaukee's size wore them down. Because when DeAndre Ayton was hooping, he was rebounding. Man, I thought Phoenix was going to win it all. But when Ayton wore down, I mean, it was tough. You keep putting him in switches. He's got to play defense. He's banging with Lopez. Then he's banging with Giannis. He's trying to guard Giannis. And, Saric went down, so they really didn't have no other bigs. I mean, he wore down. He can only do so much trying to guard all of these towers. And so if it was me, I may go try to get another big, to really, help him out.
Who's available, though? Who would you go get?
I don't know, but if I could have packaged something, man, try to go get somebody maybe like Steven Adams probably gonna cost too much. He probably gonna start.
They needed like a Nerlens Noel type of guy, some cheap that's $8-9 million a year.
Honestly, they might should have went and tried to got Dwight.
Right,
man. Dwight cheap.
That's somebody that it's gonna bang, it's gonna get in there hard fouls. He's gonna rebound, push people around, cheap shot. I think he's somebody that that could come in. He's gonna play his backup role. Give Ayton a breather, and you're still gonna be able to get some rebounds in there.
Most definitely.
You could bring in Big Cuz, but I don't know how well him and CP3 would get along.
Probably wouldn't go good. He probably
wouldn't. They just gave CP3 the bag too, so they definitely ain't rolling with that.
He coming to practice talking crazy. That ain't gonna go right.
This be a good addition if they could do it, but I don't think it would work.
Yeah, they give you another scorer. A guy can handle the ball a little bit. He can bring it up the court.
He brings toughness too.
And he can initiate the offense. Cuz can initiate the offense.
Right. Absolutely. They could use him, but just with CP3's personality, I can't see it happening.
But then again, go back to the playoffs. They're going to put Cuz in that pick and roll, man. You got to have a big that can switch, man. Because if you ain't got a big that can switch and play, he ain't got to be able to stop somebody, but at least be able to contain a little bit. Man, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be real tough.
I like I wish they could trade something like a Pascal Siakam, a 4/5 man that can get this active and stuff like that. I've been seeing him on the trade blocks. They talking about the Kings, Warriors, or somebody else. They looking at him, but like a guy like that, a 4/5, not positions like a Draymond, but a scoring Draymond, defense, offense type of guy.
Where do you guys think would be a good fit for Dame?
Dame.
I like him in Philly with Joel personally. Just a big and a guard, a kick out, because you got to double Joel. Him and Dame and Joel in a 2-man game would be crazy. But I don't think Joel plays pick and roll, so I really don't know. I haven't watched enough of his game to see if he even plays the pick and roll.
And not that Joel don't seem like he knows how to lead. He's extremely talented, but I don't take him as much. And Dame can come and fill that role as well as scoring. He's going to respect him because he is a superstar. So I think that's the spot for him. I don't think it's a better spot for him than Philly.
Mo?
Let me think on that for a second.
All right. Well, while you thinking on that, let me ask you guys about this. Isaiah Thomas has been filling up headlines in these summer leagues. Just had 65, dropped 67 in Atlanta. Part of a player in our crew got part of them buckets. We ain't gonna drop no names on that either. But he's been getting buckets all throughout summer league, and he's only 30 years old, and he can't really seem to find or land a spot in the league when just a few years ago he was on the verge of getting $100+ million.
Man,
where do you think, do you guys think, would be a good fit for him?
Can I start this off, LL, please?
Yep,
please?
Go ahead.
I think he's playing pro-am basketball, man. Like, I think it's old. Like, who plays defense in a pro-am? It's guys running the gun. It's all like, a couple wide open threes here and there, 60, okay. But it's a pro-am. He's probably taking all the shots. We ain't seen really a game foot. We seeing all the highlights. So when you get on Instagram, you see a highlight reel, of course. Right. But I don't think he plays zero defense. No defense at all.
Should he still be in the league?
You telling me it's not? You telling me he's not better than some of the guys in the league? You still got. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying,
81 and 81.
Like a backup
you
guy.
Still gotta, you still gotta put the ball. You still gotta put the ball in the hole. You play basketball. you still got to put the ball in the hole. I don't care if you go out there and play with little kids. You still got to put the ball in the hole, and he's doing that.
They got to
and
his personality or something. There got to be something against you. Like it's something. Literally, if he's going 80s, and come on, man, I just don't see it. I don't see a place for him personally.
So when KD went to the Rocket and put up those numbers, that was what?
Can't compare Kevin Durant as their time.
I'm just saying though, you still got to put the ball in the hole, bro.
You cannot
got to put the ball in the hole.
Come on, man. That's
don't take that away from him, bro.
Big Lee, what's your input, Big Lee?
I knew that was back and forth, but give me 1 second. I think that, this kind of goes back a little far, but I think it's the Latrell Sprewell effect. Like once he said that his family got to eat and he turned down that money, everything went south for him. Everything went south for his career. But the same way that IT was turning down that money, saying he needed more money, this, that, and the third, right when he got his little injury, everybody turned on him. So I think it's kind of something like that happening. He definitely deserves a spot in the NBA. He can still score. Like you said, LeBron, both of y'all got a point. You know what I mean? It is pro-am basketball, but still 81 points is a lot of points, you know what I mean, in any setting. You know what I mean? But he can score. He's just a gifted scorer, and it's a place for him, but I think his attitude and his arrogance to them, but his arrogance probably is what fuels him and got him to where he was at, but they don't take it like that. You know what I mean? They see a little cocky guy, and it's working against them. But that's also the reason that he is where he is today, being his size and having his drive and having his work ethic and things like that. So I think that's what's working against him more than anything. You know what I mean? They've just, when it kind of seems like once they're done with you, they're done with you. They try to you out. If they win, they'll give you the bare minimum. Because can't nobody tell me after Dwight's run that he wasn't worth more than the minimum after what he did in the playoffs. But they're gonna do what they want to you after they put you in that place. Like you should just be happy to be here. Take what you get. You know what I mean?
We talked about this in the chat the other day, and I think that, man, somebody could get a steal. I easily think he could come off the bench and be a six man of the year candidate. I easily think, because like you said, yeah, it's pro-am, but the man can make shots, and that's what the league is about. He can make shots. Yes, he may have a little ego, or he may, it fuels him, but it works against him at the same time. But
where do you see him at, though?
Coming off that bench, and just not being in the league, that can be humbling in itself too, though. Mm-hmm. Not being in that league. What do you say?
Where do you think the best place would be, like a great fit for him? I could see a Milwaukee, though. A guy that, can make a couple shots. A Milwaukee, I think, will be a good fit. Not a lot to be expected.
If he could shoot. You could probably put him a number of places, honestly. I ain't even say he's got to be with a contender, but just being on the team.
No, I know he can be in the league
make shots.
For sure.
Okay,
he can be in the league for sure.
I got a question, you guys. I'm not sure who the backup point guard is at the Hawks, which I know that, Trae Young's going to get most of the burn. But, if he played for the Hawks and he backed up Trae Young, then they're used to having a small guy that can't play defense. So it wouldn't be much of an adjustment.
You got the same play. Right? You got the same play. You're not losing nothing. So
you're putting Trae Young on the bench, and you bringing Trae Young off the bench.
Yeah, but they just drafted the young boy Sharif Cooper he's from Atlanta, too.
Yeah.
And so, they ain't going to want to tarnish that, and, they ain't going to want to try to mess with his hair. So, they're going to try to breed him and bring him along, too. So
that's why I was wondering who the backup point guard was before I made that statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sharif Cooper's a point.
Yeah. Young kid. He's I've seen him play, man. I've had a few people around here that have coached him, and, I've seen a few highlights. Like, he can hoop, man. He can play. He can definitely play. Last question, last topic anyway. Dennis Schroeder shot himself in the foot, didn't sign the $84 million. His chance, can he come back from this? Or is his days of trying to sign a big contract over? Start with you, Lily. We'll start with you, Lily.
I don't think it's over. I wasn't a fan of Dennis Schroeder, me personally. I think I think he just didn't play good in the role that was asked of him. I think he's a six-man guy. I don't think he's a starting point guard in the NBA. Yeah, but that's just me. But I think too much pressure got put on him. A lot of people can't play in LA. Them lights is different. A guy that succeeded in them, but a lot of people can't play in them lights. And but I think, like I said, I was asked something, but I think he got a chance. I just think he needs to just find a good home. He's a 6 man. I don't think he's the starting point guard, but I think he may have an ego, and that's probably what's going to be the knock with him, cashing out. But he should have. I'm glad he didn't take the money. Me personally.
What about you, Mo?
I don't think he's gonna get the money that he wants, but he's gonna get paid. And then, like Lil Lee said, I don't think he's a starter. He's a 6 man to me too, but somebody gonna pay him. He belong in the league. He still can play, but he's not gonna be a starter. He's not
Big
gonna
Lee.
get starter money.
I think they about to IT him. I don't think he's going to be to the extreme where he'll be out of the league. But it's something about these teams, man. Once you turn down big money and, then you don't perform up to what you set for yourself, outdo what you were trying to do because he basically wanted to get 100 a year. I mean, $100 million deal, rather.
He
not
had 4-year 84.
Right. But he wanted to get 100 million is what they were saying. So they were short in a sense. But now that they got him where they want him, I think he's going to get shorted tremendously. And he showed that he can't run a team per se. Because when Brown was on the bench, it was an extreme drop-off. And then at certain times, it's like he was trying to play for his contract. He was overly aggressive, taking shots out of character and stuff like that. He was trying to prove himself, pressing because he was trying to get that deal instead of just trying to win. When winning it dollars. But young boy, everybody don't see it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it hurt him more than anything.
I think the 4-year 84 would have been his best deal. I don't think he'll see that again. I think he may get maybe a 2 or 3 somewhere around 45, 50, maybe something like that. Man,
that's crazy. You just lose 30 million.
But I think he lost money, and I don't think he's going to recruit that. I don't think necessarily going to IT him, but man, you never know. Guys' egos can ruin them, or they can check it at the door, and turn into a 15, 16-year vet. We just have to see how it plays out. But I think the days of him having that 4-year, $84 million opportunity are pretty much over with, though. But
yeah,